Hi, Jenny.
Hi, John. It's good
Have
to
a
see you
seat
again.
here.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then I'll let you ask what you want. Now, you've applied for the position of head teaching assistant for behavior modification. In that role, you'd mark student papers, and you might assist me in other ways, such as perhaps teaching part of on one topic. What led to your interest in the position?
Well, at the moment, I'm doing research work at the University of Sydney, and all my research is giving me experience with grant funding applications and ethics and doing interventions and publication and all of that. But I'm not getting at the moment any teaching experience, and eventually I want to be able to do teaching. So I saw this position and it seemed to apply well. And being behaviour modification too, that was my favourite subject at uni. And I use the BMOD techniques as well a lot in my lifestyle. So with self-improvement and my parenting skills, I tend to use a bit of that. And the subject also dovetails nicely with some of the work I'm doing at Sydney, which is one of the projects I'm working on is a systematic review of staff behaviour change in nursing homes. So I'm getting to look at all the components of staff interventions that might help behaviour modification. So that's really interesting too. So I think the two jobs would go in nicely together.
All right, so it seems to suit your interests and your goals too.
Yeah.
All right, very good. What makes you a good candidate for the position?
Well, with the exam, the report marking, I've done that before, and I received some good feedback about my marking, and I think that's because I'm really interested in the projects, and I love the variety of behaviour modification and the variety of techniques that can be used, and I love the sort of individual stories in the papers too, so that part of it is just, really great. With the teaching, I don't have as much experience, but I am, excuse me, taking up opportunities I worked at Uni of New South Wales before this job, and I did tutoring for students in the medicine discipline, and just of small groups of students. And I also have started to do some talks for my current project lately. So they're talks about the research project I'm doing, and I go out into the community and give it to community groups. And actually recently in December, I did a very big forum at the Prince of Wales Hospital, and we ran a forum of several speakers, and I was the last speaker, and it was all about people who live alone with dementia. And over the day we received really good feedback about the whole forum, which I organised, but also about my speech, which was very good. And actually added to that, at that time we also had ABC News filming our talks, so that was sort of an added, maybe an added stressor, but I seemed to manage that well, so that was good. So even though I don't have as much teaching experience, I'm certainly challenging myself to improve my teaching there, so in my oral presentations.
All right, so you've done the marking, and you've done it even for this unit, the behavior modification, you've done it successfully. And then the teaching, not so much, but public speaking, which is very similar, you've done that. You've done that successfully too.
Yeah.
All right. What would be the most challenging part of the job for you?
Well, as I said, I'm very confident with the report marking. The teaching, probably just because I haven't been in that lecture theatre situation, that will probably be challenging. But I've done a lot of research and looked at really good lecturers and how their styles are. Also, I noticed that you have a lot of the lectures filmed, so I'm a fairly camera shy person, so I'll have to, I imagine that'll be fairly challenging, being my first lectures being filmed as well. That might. But as I said, I've been trying to take every opportunity that I do have and get experience there. And recently I've also been getting some media training, because with my current project I have to sort of canvass recruits through media outlets, so that should help me with the presentation as well.
All right, very good. What questions do you have for me?
Well, I suppose you're doing the sort of thing that I will be doing if I get the job, so maybe you can tell me some positive things about the job.
Well, the teaching is a lot of fun, the way I do it, because it's interactive. I ask the students questions and then they respond, and I may give them activities to do in a group or some challenge of some sort. So because they're actually thinking and interacting in some way with me, it creates some excitement in them, and then I sense that too, and it goes back and forth.
Yeah,
So
I remember loving those.
You remember? Oh, very good.
That was good. It was my favorite subject.
Oh, very good. Yeah. So, and the topics are very good and very practical, so that students can see applications for themselves and their family members and so on. So that's very good. And the marking, I agree with you. The projects are very interesting, and many of them are really quite important, the goal they're going towards, and their students are applying just what they're learned in class, which I think is an exciting opportunity for them. So you can sense that they're trying hard, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but they're really doing something with what they're learned in psychology. All right, well, thank you for that. That'll conclude our practice session for a job interview, except that I want to give you some self-evaluation questions or rating items to complete, and I'll let you go through these and tell me how you think you did during the interview.
All right. I arrived early, greeted you and gave you a firm handshake, I believe.
That's good.
And I stood until you invited me to sit, so you did that quickly. Present positive view of self and abilities. I did that, but thinking back now, there's probably a few things I could have added there. So I could have probably practiced a bit more for the things that I really wanted to put in. Answer in terms of the hiring criteria. Well, you told me what the criteria was and I talked to that. Show knowledge of the organisation. I did show some, but I could have mentioned actually that I've written with some colleagues, and I could have mentioned more about the people that I've worked with here. Speak only in positive terms about current employer and potential employer. I did that. Give examples to show competence. I probably, again, didn't give as many examples. I was a little rushed. Clear. Yes. Clear. Okay, answer questions fully. Yes, I think I answered the questions fully. Length of answers appropriate. I think I rushed a little with the answers, and I could have added more to them about the sort of things that the skills that I have. But I think I spoke to them briefly. Reasonably prompt responses to questions, not rushed, but no long pauses. I think I was a little rushed there. Could slow down. If requested, ask good questions. You answered well, so I assume it was a good question.
It's a good question.
Okay. Tone of voice, enthusiastic and confident. Well, I was very nervous, but I tried to show enthusiasm, and I think I did that. Volume, good. But we're very close, so but I think I had appropriate volume. Fluent speech. I rushed again, so maybe that was a little less fluent than it could have been. Speed, appropriate, yeah, I rushed it. So for the nonverbal behaviour, frequent eye contact, I think we made frequent eye contact. Positive facial expression, including smiles at times. I think so, yes. Erect posture standing. Yes, I did. I noticed it as I was coming in. Erect or leaning forward, leaning toward the speaker while sitting. Yes, I did that. Hands still, other than gesturing. I think I tend to over-gesture, but I don't think I did any sort of fiddling or anything.
I don't remember any of your gestures, so it all fit in.
Okay. Feet still, I was careful to do that, so I know they were. All right, appearance. Clothes conservative and appropriate. Well, I did some research there about not showing décolletage and not having bare arms and wearing stockings instead of bare legs. So yes, I think, and being conservative, yes. Overall physical appearance, good. That was okay, I think. Scent free, so I didn't wear any heavy scents. Ringing devices turned off. I left my phone out of the room. And the ending procedures we didn't get a chance to do, so but I would have shaked your hand and thank you. So
all right, you had the
I would have
intention
done
of
that.
doing that.
Yes, I did.
All right, I'll take this
Okay,
back. That's a
thank
very
you.
good self-evaluation and a very good practice session too.
Yeah.
I'd say you're on your way to the job.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.